Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Let's get into this because there's a lot to cover. This is Scandal Season 4, Episode 2. So we're going to just run on into this because I don't want this video to get too long, guys. But there's a lot to cover. We start right in with that damn Quinn and Huck. They're back working. The associates that got back together. Well, Liv, Huck, and Quinn. And Huck is just being real quiet. He's not saying anything to Quinn. And she had approached him and told him, you don't have to keep treating me like this. Basically shutting her out. And he's like, yes, I do. Because see, what then happened, that motherfucking Huck then fucked around and fell in love with Quinn. And that's just ugly. That's going to be ugly. But he's trying to just shut her out. You know what I mean? And she's like pissed about it. So then we actually have the scene with Liv and Abby. Abby and Liv actually, they get all into it. And Abby's basically, again, attacking Olivia, telling her about her leaving and how she just abandoned everybody. And she told her, bitch, I didn't abandon nobody. I left. You knew I was leaving. And then once I was gone, bitch, you abandoned them. You went and ran to work at the White House. You left Huck and Quinn. They were here. You abandoned them. So don't keep trying to throw it off on me. Well, she told her, listen, you were running around on an island doing whatever it is you want to do. You didn't even know that Huck and Quinn were incesting all over this office. And Olivia was given clutch the pearls, given what? And she ended up in the episode, later in the episode, talking to Huck. And he's gone. He's just out there. And he even gave to her, don't touch me. Don't touch me. He's gone. He's in his crazy. He's fucking in love with that motherfucking nasty ass Quinn. And it's just going to be a fucking problem. It's going to be a problem. But anyway, we got that damn Cyrus, who has literally blackmailed Liv. Blackmailed her, okay? Put some money in her account, blackmailed her with contacted IRS and all this bullshit to make her go collect this dysfunctional ass couple who are basically the face of gun control, okay? They're both vets, and the woman's in a wheelchair, and they ended up meeting, and he was over there in Iraq and all of this business, and they got together. They actually married each other, but it's just a facade. They basically hate each other. They're not happy at all, but they put on the shining face, and they have books and all of this, and they're making a shitload of money, but it's just a facade that they're keeping up. They can't fucking stand each other, but Fitz needs them for his State of the Union address because he's getting ready to make a stand on gun control. Okay? So they're in New Mexico. Nobody can get in touch with them. The fucking State of the Union address was like in 24 hours. So, if there's anybody that can find them, it's Olivia. So literally, Cy blackmails Liv into doing it. Cy actually got into a confrontation with Abby later on, and because Abby was being real smart, he told her, remember, there's only one Olivia Pope, and you're not it. You're not it. So he got her motherfucking ass together about talking shit on Liv. Jake and Olivia is still going back and forth. He basically went ahead and he done moved out of Olivia's apartment, and he's over at a hotel. He's being a little bitch. But anyway, going on with all that. But what he's actually doing, he is back on that beast. He's back sneaking around. He wants to take B613 down. He wants to take them down. And David Rosen hasn't done anything, so he's going to go ahead and say he's going to take it down his damn self. And he's really investigating Harris's murder because all the shit, the pieces are not adding up. So he's not telling her any of this, but he's getting his shit moving. Then we actually have Fitz and that damn Melly. Fitz is asking her to show up because in one of her little trips out there to the grave site, laying in the grass acting crazy as the fuck. One of the Inquirer type magazines that got pictures of her, honey, and they done put it out that the first lady is losing her motherfucking mind, okay? So, he's telling her, you know, come on out so you can show yourself so people will know that you're not, you know, you're not crazy, Melly. You know, this, that, and the other. This bitch was walking around with a plate of fried chicken, talking crazy, would probably had them same dirty ass panties on, carrying on till she ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Didn't give a fuck, didn't give a shit, wasn't going. Fitz gets mad, walks off. Cy starts talking to her. He's telling her about how he felt about losing his husband and all this business. She basically listened and everything and then basically shut his ass down and let him know there's no comparison between you losing your husband and me losing my child. You and I are not the same. So she basically shut his motherfucking ass down with that goddamn sprout hairdo. Just a mess. Messy. Very, very messy. So we're moving closer and closer to this union, this State of the Union thing and all this. And it got real tight there because the couple, they was throwing shit at each other and carrying it. They acted just like War of the Roses. And Liv was like, enough. Enough of this bullshit. You two need a divorce. You know, fuck it. Stop the facade. Y'all need a divorce because you motherfuckers don't like each other. And this is some of that old bullshit. So, she's getting them together, and so we don't know whether they're going to show up. Melly talking about she ain't fucking showing up. So it was getting ready to be a hot mess. David Rosen got some shade got thrown his way. And I cannot think of this bitch's name, but it's one that she's a Republican, and she's always in and out of that. Look like a little dyke. She's always in and out of that goddamn office fucking with Cy. They go back and forth, back and forth. And she did some shady shit, and the next thing you know, they weren't supporting David Rosen to go for Attorney General anymore. David went and blackmailed a motherfucker. He made some, because Abby had told him, you need to do something with yourself. Stop being a pushover and this, that, thing, and the other. Get in the game. You know, this, that, and the other. That motherfucker took that shit to heart, went and blackmailed this motherfucker, and the next thing you know, he was right back in the motherfucking race. I said, come on, David. Come on, he need to do something, because he's so squeamish. He's such a mess. Go do some shit. Go break a law. What the fuck? But he went on and he got his shit together, so he's doing what he got to do. Let's see. In the midst of all this, Melly's still sitting around wallowing and carrying on. So Abby said, fuck it, you know, because now she's in this little silent competition. I guess she thinks with Olivia. She goes over there and she goes to talk to Melly. Melly's basically giving her, who are you? What is your issue? And get the fuck out of here, bitch. She snatched this motherfucking magazine out of Melly's hand and basically told her, bitch, get your motherfucking self together. But it was so funny because when she snatched the magazine, she looked at Melly and Melly looked at her. Melly was looking at her like, bitch, for real, bitch? And she was looking back at Melly like, oh, God, did I just do that? And then after that, she said, fucking run with it. You know what I mean? Told Melly, if Jackie O could sit around and her husband's head is splattered all in the back of the car and then show up for a press conference hours later, bitch, you can get on up and take your motherfucking ass down to that goddamn speech. Now let's hit it. So the next time you see Melly, Melly was clean as a motherfucker. She had this real pretty red dress on, had her shit together. That bitch went on and got dressed and went on, told Fitz, you know, I just decided to wear red, this, that, the other. He was just happy. She ended up, so they got her, she took her motherfucking ass on down there. Then we go, this was it. Okay? Because you know everybody know Olivia's back, here goes the bullshit. So they come in, they're in the room, waiting for a time for him to go and do the speech. And he's giving the Secret Service woman basically kind of like, she shaded the fuck out of Olivia. That cunt tried it. She's like, and Liv was like, oh, you trying it, bitch. Okay. And you know, she knows all the Secret Service people, but the bitch was trying it. They was glad to let her know, bitch, you're not going to walk all over here like you do, bitch. You're just not going to do it. You're not that bitch anymore. And sure enough, Fitz said, can me and Miss Pope have the room? And Olivia's like, that's not necessary. He's like, everybody out. So they get the room. He's asking her, you know, is it right? This, that, thing, and the other. What should I say? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't work here no more. You and Abby go ahead and do what y'all got to do. Oh, shit. And then Cyrus, that motherfucker, he very much gave Abby, bitch, you're nobody. When he was telling her, you're nobody, bitch. Now go ahead on Gabby. Called the bitch Gabby. Shady as a motherfucker. Anyway, but Olivia goes back. She looks at the speech. She's like, you need to take that out. So you know she done got his ass back there together and told him, fuck the speech. Go on out there and stand in your motherfucking truth. It's okay for your wife to have a breakdown. She just lost her motherfucking sense. Go out there and be real. Stand in your truth. And that's exactly what he did and won the people right over. It was, well, naturally. Because Olivia said it. It was the shit. It was what was supposed to go on. Okay? Because that's what the fuck she does. And he did. He went out there. He stood in his truth, like Olivia said, and it was the shit. Everything was like it was supposed to be. Okay? Then, after that, everything went fine with that. Then she went on over, so she had to clear things up. Because that motherfucking Jake that got out of hand, he was talking to her kind of bad. She called him tomorrow. Is this a booty call? And this, that, thing, and the other. And she's like, you know what? Where is all that smart shit? You know what I mean? And he's like, you can come over to this hotel. I'm not coming back over there. This, that, thing, and the other. So she went on to the hotel with her badass coat. You know, she's other bad. This bitch always got a badass coat. She goes over there. She went over there to end this episode. She told Jake, let me tell you something. You'll know when I'm making a booty call. And you'll come whenever I tell you to come. Wherever I tell you to come. I said, well, come on, Olivia. And she did. And they said, well, this day, he went to go say some old smart shit. That bitch dropped that motherfucking coat and ain't had a goddamn thing on but her goddamn bodysuit. She ain't had a damn thing on. And she told him, shut your mouth and come over here to me. You come over here to me. Baby, he went on over there and grabbed her up, baby, and lift her up on that desk. That bitch had on a pair of boots. I said, not boots. Not boots. I said, okay. I loved it. I loved it. That's what I'm talking about. Talk your shit, Olivia. I said, Olivia Pope is back, baby. And she brought the motherfucking black box with her. Power. Power. Y'all better get in. Y'all better get in. But that was the end of this episode. That's episode 2, season 4. Thumbs up or thumbs down. You guys know how that works. Write me some comments down in the bottom. Let me know what you think. But our girl is back and she is really showing her ass. Literally. All right, guys. See you guys later. We'll catch you next week. Bye.